Welcome back to SOS. I am Staff Sergeant Badass. Today I am making stuff. Alright. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm working on something and I'm taking pictures of it and posting them of things I'm doing around here. I'm focusing more on weapons of opportunity and weapons. Things that are bladed, ball bats, all sorts of stuff, golf clubs, whatever, you name it. Well, I wanted to see and test, see if I could do something. Now I've got, I'll show you this side of it, and you can see I've already started to cut into it. And I stopped, and I said, you know what, I'm going to show everybody what I'm doing. And sometimes I like to do stuff, and I just don't film it. And I do a lot of stuff around here, and I might snap a picture of it and post it. And I don't really talk about what I'm doing. Anyways, this is just a regular standard X head, and you could order these on eBay all day long. Or I'm talking to a dude in Europe right now that he hand forges different types of blades, axe heads, and stuff like that. It's an amazing thing what he does. You know, if you can run a forge, it is an awesome skill to have under your belt in barter and trade. If you're a blacksmith, you are awesome. So, but anyways, I was seeing some of his work, and I'm thinking, I wonder if I could slice up something and turn it into something I want without spending any money. So, started going through some of my junk in the shed. Now, let's see here. This was the handle from, it's fiberglass. It's all fiberglass. You can see by looking. I had to cut it off. You can't just, it's not like your traditional axe handles, but I had to cut it off. Now once I got that cut off, now wear a mask. It puts off a lot of microfibers when you're cutting into this thing. So I cut it off, and then I gutted the insides using a drill bit, and then I used a chisel. I chiseled the inside out, and then I eventually hammered the whole thing out. Now I've got this. Well, this is my design on here. If you can see that. Now I've got to make some cuts, and I don't know, I'm probably going to, when I cut here, it's probably going to start cutting into this. Don't care. But if it does, I might end up just doing a slant. Just go ahead and go over, and then maybe down, or just straight across at that point, if it gets too bad. Now, I ordered a handle. I can't remember what wood it was again. Real solid stuff. But anyways, I ordered a handle. It was like $5. Okay, that's cheap. Okay, it's an American-made handle, and I can give it some brightening and some color. But I can also brighten and color this. And I was at Lowe's earlier because I was getting some more stuff for projects this week, so I can show you guys some more weird stuff. So anyways, this is repurposing stuff and turning them into weapons, right? I don't need another axe. I've got so many just normal standard axes. I don't need another one. So I've got this, and then I've got this. If you marry that up, and then once I make my that's upside down. Hang on. Anyway, whoops. All right. Once I make my cuts, then I can reshape all this, reshape the rest of this. Probably put a stub end on it to catch it. But let's see if I can make it happen. That's what I'll play around with. I got a lot of weird stuff coming this week, and I think you guys are going to like some of this stuff. I figure we'll take you along on my little journey building this thing, and it'll count as one of my videos for today. There we go. And one more thing. If you're using power tools at 6 in the morning, your neighbors don't like it. You want to be my neighbor? I stopped. I didn't realize what time it was. Anyways, let's get back to it. All right, hang on. How much time? I gotta get started. It's gonna rain. I gotta kick this thing off. I'm gonna try and cut the end off here, and then I'm gonna get into the rest of it. Alright, so you see what I'm doing? I'm still cutting. I'm going to pause and I'm going to cut this off and I'm going to come back. Alright, so I got that end cut off. There we go. Now I got to clean this up when I'm done. But I gotta make my other cuts now. So hang on. Now when you're doing this, you want to lay the saw down and pull into it each time, okay? When you cut into steel, you want to make sure, because you'll burn through a blade pretty quick if you don't. Alright, if you start pushing down on it, you're not going to cut through it. This is for repurposing items around your house. Just keep that in mind so you don't waste blades. Hang on. Okay, so I made that cut. That cut's done. Now I got to go up, which is going to be a pain in the butt, and I'm not going to be able to get in here. I'm probably going to end up having to cut into this, but we'll see. Alright, hang on. Okay, took another chunk off. Still going. Hey, it's not bad. I'll clean that up. Yeah, this is the other chunk. Took that chunk off. Then this chunk. Well, then the other chunk is on the ground. Alright, still going. Hang on. Okay. Overall, I've got all that cut out. Just like I said I would. Alright, and I didn't cut too far into it like I'd hoped and planned I wouldn't do. Alright. I need to shape this up. So I got to get in here and straighten that up. I could just use a file and fix a lot of this stuff. I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get too crazy with it. I got a file inside and I can sand and file a lot of this stuff, fix it up real nice. Alright, hang on. Okay, you guys ready for the rest of this? Alright, take a look. Ta-da! Look, see, I told you inside here all I got to do is get in there and dig all that out, but as you can see, I dug in there pretty good. I wrapped around here, I dug in here, and then I did the same thing over here. Now I already filed this blade today to sharpen it up, so I already had my filing tools out, but that's pretty much that. And see, now I have a new backing, and see the thinness of it, it's still just fine. It'll do the job, and it doesn't have to be some enormous thing, you know what I'm saying? Alright, next part. Alright, the handle. Then I gotta figure out the length, right? So, toy around with the handle. I'm gonna go ahead and peel the stickers off this thing. We're gonna line this axe up, and then we're gonna place it. Alright, hang on. Alright, now I'm gonna see to put a wedge in this thing. Now when I'm done with this, once I put this on here, it's not going to look like this. I'm going to burn it. I'm going to I'm going to make all that, you can see all that. I'm going to make all this pop. It's going to really come out. And once I'm done with that, I've got some tongue oil. I'm going to show you tongue oil. It's pretty awesome. Now it's not going to dry immediately, and I'm going to have to come back, but it'll be alright. Alright. Put your head in there just like that. Looks like it's lining up pretty good. Alright. We'll go ahead and knock it down a little bit. It's always cool to repurpose stuff, man. I tell you. I watch people do this stuff all the time. Repurposing. Alright. Now, I'm not going to be able to use all this, so I'm not going to be able to just put the wedge in like that and be done with it. But I can get it. I can go ahead and get it started if I wanted to. I might have to open that gap a little bit. Hang on. Let's see. All right, I'll just use my chisel. I think I can get in there. They would have that thing glued. All right. All right, that should get me in there. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started in there, and then I'm gonna have to use tools to anyways, I'm gonna have to use tools, cut the excess off. You gotta get this started. They put glue on the end of these things. If I would have just went to the freaking flea market like I wanted to, bunch of old dudes out there, they got all those spare tools and stuff. No need for this stuff here. Alright. Might actually go ahead and cut that off and then drive it. I don't want to go ahead and drive it now. I think I'm just going to cut it. Hang on. Let me cut this off. Alright, so I've already cut this down exactly how I want it in length. I'm going to come up with an end piece here. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it's the best I can do for this. But that's the handle, and like it or not, and I had to cut this down. Then I had to cut into it more because it's shorter. It's not going to have enough leverage. So now, look at that. Here we go. Alright. Now I've got some JB weld I could just shove in here. If I'm just saying if it doesn't work out, I could just put some more something in there. Alright, here we go. This is how you shim one of these things, just so you know. I think that's in there pretty good. Yeah, some of it even pushed out the bottom. That's good. That filled it up. I just gotta shave off the rest of it. These are skills you're gonna need. Just doing simple stuff like this, making an axe, right? You're gonna need to be able to do stuff like this. Just saying. But yeah, I just need to shave that off. It'll work for what I need it to do. A piece of wood. Oh well. Here we go. Back to the table again. Put some pretty good chunks in that thing. Yep. That's cool. Now I just need to shave this up, and we're going to burn it, and then we're going to stain it. And I think it'll be alright. I'll be alright with it like this. I might shorten it a little bit more. Kind of like it shorter. I might bring it down just a notch more, just to play around with it. I don't really need it that long. That's pretty long. Right about like that would be good. I'll probably cut the rest of that off. Hang on. Okay. So got that trimmed off. There we go. A little bit shorter, stubby, how I like it. Pretty barbaric. I like it. It's pretty lightweight. I took all the weight out of it, so there you go. But yeah, total hiking bushcraft craziness. I just got to clean up a couple of little edges here. See what? All right, hang on a second. I'm coming out here, so I don't set my smoke alarms on. All right, be sure to sand the coating off. All right, there's a coating on here. It makes it all shiny. Notice it's not shiny anymore. Anyways, sand off. I just got a little bit more shaping to do on this, and then we're going to burn this thing. Okay, I got it all reshaped and everything. I think I'm going to stake the top with some steel. I got some steel in here. Hang on. Alright, let's change the color of this thing. So just I staked the top to give it a little different, some style, besides just having that black at the top. Anyways, overall, that's what she's looking like, right? Let's burn it. And you know leather work's coming. I think overall it looks pretty good. That's a lot better. I'll have some light here in a minute. We'll be able to see it better. Alright, hang tight. Now applying tongue oil. Alright, it's another strange thing. I've used it for years doing rifles, shotguns, all that stuff. Now, there we go. Anyways, you can apply it all kinds of ways. You can just use a rag. If you've got like an old piece of the t-shirt. Okay. Alright, so tongue oil. You just put a little dab on there and just start rubbing it in. Anyways. So soak it up and it starts to shine. The more you apply, the more it shines. It's just like applying a mopping glow, pretty much. If you ever applied a mopping glow to something, same thing. It does the same thing. Now I usually put a lot of this on. I usually use gloves and I just go crazy with it. I guess that's for another time. Anyways, I'll show this thing again in the future. You guys will see it in a few other videos. I think you guys are going to dig it. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Alright, let's take one last look at it. See what you guys think. You guys tell me what you think. Now I gotta do some blackening up here, you know what I mean? I can't just leave it like that. I might let it get kind of funky on its own. But yeah, I think that turned out alright. I don't know about you guys. Feels pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I could take you along on my weird repurposing trip. I wanted to make this just to play around with. It's going to be fun. You know, you go online and you buy something like this and, you know, it's got like the markings and everything. I'm going to do all that stuff to it and do the leather and everything. I'm not done with it. I just don't want to make the video too long. But, yeah, in the future I'm going to do more stuff to it. But the thing is, if you go online, these things are like $200, $80, whatever, and just for something different, like this, you're going to have to pay a lot of money for it. Kind of like that. It hangs. It's pretty cool. Whatever. You can grab it like this and pop somebody in the face. Whatever. Anyways. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it. You're watching SOS. I am Stas Arm Badass. Have a fantastic, beautiful day. Yes, it's hot in here. Take it easy.